Hello everyone there. Nice to meet you again. And for any of you who doesn't know me, my name is Sydney and I'm with Lark Customer Success Team. Really happy to meet you all. And for today's session, we're gonna do basic function trainings, which includes videos, instant messaging, and collaborative documents. We're gonna show you how to do some basic settings through Log to help you elevate your general working efficiency and stuff like that. So here, if you are visiting Lark for the first time, I believe the first thing you are going to do is to change a new profile photo here. And apart from this, the other thing you want to do is to edit your own signature. So here you can see is a signature bar. In this place, you get to customize all kinds of information that you want to deliver to your colleague. Like if you have some kind of vacation plan in future, like I'm gonna be out of office from which date to date. So please, if you have anything you want to get in touch with me, arrange them in beforehand. Like you can also put like what I'm doing here. You can also attach a single document or a sheet related to you in the signature bar. It can be a self-introduction document. It can be a team introduction document. It can be a handbook about the project you are running. It can be something that you are dealing with, some kind of tickets or the requests or claim that you get to deal with every day. It can be the questions you got asked the most or frequently from your colleagues also. So basically, in the signature bar, you can include your vacation time, your working guidelines, the documents for some major projects and the questions you got to ask every day, some major projects, or even your personal team handbooks like the one I'm showing as an example. So that is to say, a well-crafted signature can really help you to improve the communication efficiency and help others, help your colleagues to understand you and to coordinate and to connect with you in the way that works the best for you. It will be customized according to your own preference. So the first step is to customize your profile photo and have your signature bar set it ready. And apart from this, you can also, in this place, status, to choose from some preset status or create your own ones. Like you can see, do not disturb in meeting, taking a break, and of course, you can always name it, change the icon for it, and set your own icon to suggest your current status. And once you set your status, it will be visible to your contacts across Lark, including on your profile card, in the chat list, and within the chat windows. And of course, even though we are a platform that providing a place for internal communication, but at the same time, we still see the option for you to add some external contact. If you want to add someone from outside of your organization, just click here. You can find add external contact. If they've already have a Lark account that you know how to reach to them, like you can visit them through the phone or email, you can just simply put in the number of your contact and then you get to search. Okay, find the right person and add this person. And of course, you get to share the link and the QR code in the form you like to have the coordinated respond to you in the form that you like. Apart from all of these very basic settings, another thing you have to do is to customize the whole system to perform in the way you actually like. So here, click the profile card here. You can find the settings. So you can see there are lots of parts of features related. I cannot show you one by one, but believe me, this can be very self-explanatory. It's not that complicated like what you're doing or what you're dealing with the general admin console. That's another story. Because if you want to set a whole organization, different department, the whole reporting line ready, that can be many hidden logic or the general precision can be very high. But here in the basic setting, it's all about the daily usage preference that may be concerned to you. Like in what way you like to be notified? Do you like a buzz sound or you want this to be totally mute? Do you have some working principles, some some very easy to use shortcuts that you want to continue to use in the Lark system? You can have them set. Do you want to show or display your time zone, or you want them to be hidden? Or what kind of other language you want to be appeared in the chat box or in the video preference? So basically, all the things that could be consistent with your own working preference can be found and set in the setting place. So make sure after you customize your profile photo and your signature bar, you go to the setting place and have all these things ready, from the language, from the notification to your calendar to the format of your general chat window. Everything can be customized in this place. And the third part you want to customize is a navigation bar. Here, this is the place that we call navigation bar. So here you get to sort, hide, and change the views of the navigation bar to your own preference. Every time if you open a document, or even it can be a web page, it can be an application, like here, research attendance. Yeah, here. It can also be an app. You can see every time you open a web page, a document, or an app, it will appear as a temporary tab in the lower part of the navigation bar, and you can perform different action to them. You can either like close it very easily, and you can drag it to make sure it will be arranged in the most prioritized way. And you can always pin them. If you often use a temporary tab, you can drag it to the upper part of the navigation bar to pin it here. Like this document can be very important to me. I don't want this to be temporary. I want this to be kind of permanent, from the interface. So that's how I can pin it, just by drag it to the upper side and then open at one time. No, you cannot set timeout for this one. So maybe you need to have some kind of good habit to have them group in the way you like what I'm showing here. Like if they are falling into the same category, you can always reorganize them and have them into the same folder. But you cannot have a timeout and have these tabs deleted automatically. So you have to arrange them by yourself. Yes. So here you get to pin them for good, or you can have them folded in the same place. And of course, you can always drag the line here between to adjust the width of the navigation bar in general. And so from here, basically, you get the first step ready before you get deeper and have a much funner exploration on Lark. And here we are going to get into the second part of this session, that is how we can message or customize a message with clear view and beautifully crafted format. So first, every time you join into a new group, let's see, it's a simple group chat. The first thing that is unique to Lark, that is, every time you are added into a new chat, you will have access to view historical messages within this chat. So that is to say, you don't need to be here in the middle of conversation without any clue and stuff. You can always go back to the chat history and to see what happened before, what context that has already been created there, and what things you could do to better help each other to push the things forward. So this is the first thing we could do. We could always view the history and to get the things done with beforehand without any one-on-one session and extra meetings. And of course, if you don't want this feature on, you can always turn it off in the settings part, in the settings for this group. And secondly, another thing you really want to use is to use a group announcement board. Like the group chat that you are already in Lark on Air. Here you can see this is a group announcement board. So in this board, you can customize and conclude all the important information in one place. And you can see the format can be very various. You can highlight a certain place. You can have the font customized in different format, as you can see. And you can always attach link to a certain place in the group announcement. You can set certain task with it. You have some kind of description block to a certain topic. You can add the calendar, how do you set the font? I'm going to show you how to set the font later. So basically in the group chat place, it can be, in the group announcement place, it can be a place for you to set principles beforehand to make sure someone can follow the certain step. So we can create a nice and harmonious way to communicate further. And of course, if you have some questions that always ask now, or it can be, it's already being recorded. I'm going to share the recording later. Yeah, and even if this group chat is created for a certain purpose, like we're applying something, we are calculating something, that is to say, you can set the procedures, clarify them beforehand, and have them listed in this place. So every time a new joiner comes into the group, they can always go to the group chat, go to the group announcement, and to see what the things that they could do further. They don't need to ask for anyone else. So about, well, how can you set the font? It can be very, very easy. Like here, every time I add a new group announcement, now it's a board. So maybe you need to have the introduction part, like the overview of this project. The overview. Just click here. You can choose the style of your each font. Like for the first part, maybe smaller. The heading can be very different. But that is to say, here in customizing your message, you do not get to choose the font style of each message. The only thing you get to customize is the heading principles. If you want this to be bold or not, if you want this to be highlighted or not, if you want this to be numbered and suggested as a bullet point, scenario, or if you want this to be linked to a certain place. So these are all the options you get to customize, you get to choose from. You cannot choose this to be like in the way that you use a Microsoft Word every day, like with hundreds of choices to choose what kind of actual different fonts you use. We don't support that on Lark for now. So that is one thing that you need to get used to, and yeah, get used to maybe. And apart from that, so like I just showed you before, apart from the group chat area, apart from the group announcement, you can also customize the message in one private chat or in any group chat. So here, if you're editing a very long message, you cannot upload your own font. That is not supportive. So if you want to edit a very long message, you can click the expand button here. So here would be the space for you to customize it in the way you like. So that's the message I've delivered here. It can be a sales weekly report, like with the title of it, with a bullet point, or have them numbered. Is this related to a certain document you want to share? It can be linked to a wiki, to a web page, to a meeting minutes, meeting recordings. It can be anything that can be constructed in link form. Just put it here and make out of this whole article from your chat window. So that is to say, Lark also supports us to do the rich text mode and allows us for more formatting options to customize the message in the way you like. And after you send this message, you have a 24-hour window to edit it. If you want to edit this message a little bit, click the button here. You can see all the options you have: recall, edit. So you get to customize, like delete a certain part that are relevant, that are irrelevant. Click it, and you can see this message has already been edited. Of course, there will be a little signal here to suggest it is edited message, and the people who's gonna read it will also be noticing that. Okay, and also when you are editing this message, you can have a screenshot attached to the window chat. Like I'm taking a screenshot right now. Maybe not this way, maybe here. Okay, I'm gonna close it for a little minute, for a little while. Okay, here's a screenshot. after you've taken it, you can like edit it in a way like if you think this is important, always can circle it out. You know, if you think something can be very sensitive and not okay for you to display to the others, can always have them blurred, hidden. If you want something to be notified by everyone else, you can add the arrow in this way to make sure, okay, someone can follow step 1 and step 2 according to the screenshot that you suggested here. Can also add some text to explain it further. And also can recrop it into the size you like. And once you finish your editing here, you can see the edited version of this picture will be stored and saved automatically. So that is to say, you don't need to take a screenshot, save it as your desktop, upload it, edit it, download it again, re-upload it again. We basically just cut all the procedures and all the processes in middle to help you just to get to the endpoint and deliver the message ready. So here you can just have your customized photos sent to the right place. Here you can see a little click here. So that is to say, everyone within the group, how many of them have already read the message and how many of them has not. So you can say if this message has been delivered to the right person. If hadn't, you know who to push further and ask for the reply later. So here you can see all the reads and unreads will be stored in this place. And I believe some of you may have already noticed, I just turned off the auto translation when I was editing this message earlier. If you want this to be on and off, just here in the setting part, here in the translation assistant, you can click these two on. So the first one will mean, like from my side, if I like my mother tongue is Mandarin Chinese, and sometimes, or to say most of the times, my colleague will communicate in English. I want all these messages in the group to be automatically translated into Chinese. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to have my preference language here in the settings to be set it as Mandarin Chinese. And I turn on the auto translation. So everything that is sent in the non-target language will be translated automatically. That is one thing. And another thing is that you can turn on the translate as you type. So that is to say, every time I'm editing a message, I'm writing something, the translated message of the message will be translated into the target language that you want to. Like still, I use myself as an example. I can type just any Chinese Mandarin stuff, and the display can be suggested into the English version of myself, and vice versa. It really depends on your like preference. Like here, if I said this way, I just read something in Chinese. So you can see the sales report needs to be revised again. You can see my message will be like automatically translated, and I click insert. You can see the English version can be here and you can just send. So it can be really helpful for you to elevate your communication skill with your colleagues and to save you a lot of time. So that is how you can turn on the translation functions within the group chat. And also, if we are in a group chat, every time you want to reply a message, of course, you can always click reply and to give them your answer. And apart from that, we do have another function called thread. So here you can see, there are two ways for you to reply. One is just reply, and the other one is to reply them in thread. So basically, you can create a thread for a message in this group chat. So all the discussions under the thread will stay within this same thread. And other group members, they won't be disturbed by the notifications that are not relevant to them. And of course, and this is particularly applicable to this scenario, that is when the discussion can span a very long period of time, and the contact can be very extensive, and the stakeholders can be quite a lot. So that is to say, a message always say a discussion that's gonna last for 1 week, 2 weeks with lots of people involved, it's hard for you to retrace all the historical. Can we clear that chat history? I'm gonna get back to that question later after I introduce this part. Just give me a minute. So that is to say, it's hard for you to retrace a discussion or conversation with complicated context in a group chat because all the messages will be scattered. There will be a lot of irrelevant message or conversations happened in the same place, in the same area that we're going to share. So that is to say, if we stay them or store them in the same thread, the context of this project can be very intense, and you can view the complete background information through this thread. Like this is a sales weekly report. Like I have a question for it. Like, would you mind explaining the metrics here? So the person who's be responsible sometimes, like my colleague, they would reply me in this thread. So all the related questions to this single topic will be well stored. You can see this is a separate thread that you can always go back to and to, you know better, know further about this place. And also for all the one-on-one chat and okay, so maybe for now, I'm gonna take 1 or 2 minutes to see the questions here. Can we clear the chat history and apply to every member, which are external and internal? Like you want to clear the what has already happened. I think it's doable. I'm gonna send a Lark Help Center link to this, and you can do this for step by step. And every time we add a new member, when we add them to a group chat, they cannot see old chats. Can we allow them to be able to view old chats? Definitely can, because I think this is the first thing I introduced. Like the thing that is special about Lark is that we pro context, not control. That is to say, every time a new joiner added into a group chat, they have the right by default to view all the previous chat history. So that is to say, you don't need to brief them further about what happened before. They can just read the chat history and know what happened. Still, I'm gonna send the Lark Help Center to this question later. And chat group display external. Yes, you can decide what kind of group you want. It can be an external group, which means people outside of your organization will be also part of this group. And also it can be an internal group, like that is to say, only the member from your own company, from the same company within the same tenant can be added into this group. Yeah. So I think the questions are clear for now, and we can go further to have this, back to the messaging part. So here, you can have all these things, all the little chat window organized in the way you want. So that is to say, you can use a function that is called label. Here, you can always create a new label. Like for me, I will have lots of customers, and for each customer, I will have a group chat with HR team. I'll have a group chat with finance team. I'll have another group chat with an administrator of this tenant. So maybe I will have separate labels and have them categorized under the client name. So under each name, I could have different group chat attached, like this one. I can always have them labeled to, under client A. So every time I'm click here, this group chat will appear. So you can always use labels to categorize your chats into different groups, and you can rename them, you can remove the labels and adjust the notifications you see for the chats with a specific label. So that is how you can use label. And also here, another function I really like is called flag. It's called flag. Back to here. It's called flagged. That is still here in the same group chat. It can be a very long message, and I don't have the time to read or to process with it at this moment. So I could flag it for later. So maybe after a day of work, I will save myself for like 30 minutes to deal with all the message that I hadn't read before. And all this flagged message will be stored in this place. And once I read them, I could unflag them. But of course, this will be my way to use flag. You can always flag the important message to you and always go back to them later. It depends on how you can use it. But you can see all the messages that are in different forms will be categorized in this area. The muted ones, the message that you didn't read, but you choose to down. So here's the function, like here. Here's a little notification icon, which means I have 2 unread messages, but I don't want to read them because this group chat, this bot can be not important to me. I just click down and this message will disappear from this interface, from the window. So that is how you can use down. But all the messages that you click down for also will be stored in this place, just in case you may need to retrieve them to go back and to see if there's any important stuff. So here's a little interest for you to see all the message that you click down for. Here, all the threads and topics you've subscribed to, like I just showed you, you can reply in reply, or you can reply in thread. So here will be all the threads and topic. Topic is another thing that look like reply, thread, and I'm gonna show you guys later. All the documents that are shared in the group chat, all the groups, private chat, the chats that you've labeled, all the chats in which you are mentioned, like someone mentioned you in a group chat, and this messages like that will be listed in this area. Flagged message, unread one, and the chat box by default. Like I said before, we have another feature that looks really like thread but are different. That one is called topic. Because here you can see every time you are creating a new group in Lark, you can see we get to choose 3 kinds of forms here. The first one is called chat group. Like I just showed you before, nothing special. Apart from this one, we got another thing called topic group. So what is a topic group like? Here you can see is a topic group. Unlike the chat window, all the messages are listed one by one in this form. Or this group chat, this one is still a simple chat. Like my colleague will send some stuff and I will react and give them an emoji to see if I got the message or not, stuff like this. This is a simple chat group, but here it's a topic group. So as you can see from the name, you usually have this kind of group to concentrate on a certain topic. Like here, what we would do in Lark is that we will have topic group for customer voice. So every time a new customer success manager got a feedback from the customer, we would send the voice of customer, send the monetaries and stuff, and to have them listed in one place. So in the group chat, every time you post something, it's more like a proper and formal message, a formal article instead of a simple message you just deliver to, to your colleague. You just click here, you can have a new topic customized in this place. And once you publish it, it will be appear in the form that you customized before. Like if this is a customer voice group, the bullet points you're gonna include are like customers, the type of this feedback, the industry of my customer is in, and who is raising this request to me, and the position, the title of this person, the general content, the stuff that you may need. And if you want to say something to it, you can always reply. Well received. You can see all the messages, all the replies will be stored under this simple chat. And if you think this message can be really important to me and I want to follow the future discussion, I want to see if anyone if anyone's gonna provide any solutions to this simple question. Anyway, if this message is something I want to follow further, you can click here to subscribe it. And all the subscribed posts under this topic group will be suggested in one place. If this is a post that is raised by yourself, you will be automatically subscribed to it. But if it is posted by someone else, from the colleague, from others in this group, you can choose if you want to subscribe or not. So here is how you can manage the message and to clarify them, to prioritize them in the way you like. So maybe some random message and notification, you just have them discussed in the chat group. And if it's an important one, it can be shared and reused again, and can be enlightful to the others, have a topic group chat and share with the others. And the third kind is called security chat. So that is to say the security level can be higher compared to the others. As you can see from the text here, the chat in this group chats will be automatically deleted after a certain time. So maybe only for some very high level cautious or important message to be delivered, you use this kind of type. So back to this chat, back to the chat group, it just suddenly occurs to me that another feature I like also to use is called clip to top. If you clip top to a certain, if you click this button, this message will be appearing in this format here, the upper part. So everyone coming to the group will, the first thing they're gonna notice is this message that got clipped up to the point. So basically, we are done for the messaging part. If you got any question, you can always put them in the chat box and I will reply to you further. And then we are gonna take a closer look at the thing that is called tasks. Oh, I'm gonna drag this back here. Okay, so here is the task. So generally speaking, you can you can organize, you can arrange your tasks by two dimensions. The first one is to organize them by the role you play in this task. And another one is to categorize them by the categories of it. So first, let's talk about by role, how you can organize and distinguish them further. The first one, as you can see here, own. That is to say, you are the owner of this task. So any task that is under you as the owner will be displayed in this place. And here, subscribed. That is to say, you will be the subscriber to this task. Why would you be a subscriber in the first place? That usually when you're the owner of this group, when you are the leader of this team, you are assigning tasks to different members or to the essential stakeholders. You are not actually the one who's doing this, but you are the one who's gonna be notified or to be you are the one who should be aware of the progress of the general projects or stuff. So on this case, you will be the subscriber. So here, this part will showcase all the tasks you are subscribed to. And then here, this is the fourth role you're gonna play. Here would be the creator role. That means the tasks you've created before. And here you can say, including the tasks you've created, but to which no owners have been added. If you didn't add an owner to this task and you happen to be the creator of it, so the task can be appearing in this place. And the last one is called assigned. The tasks you assign to the others will also be showing in this place. If you don't want to distinguish them, and here would be all the things that has been already completed. And here, if you don't want to distinguish them, can always in this place and find all the tasks related to you and have them organized further. And you can see here, by default, it will be categorized according to the deadline of this task, of each task you assigned and created. And here also in this place, you can see you can filter them with all kinds of different conditions. Like if the owner contains certain people, or if it's assigned by certain person, you can also have them sorted and arranged or showed according to the role that you like, to have them arranged from the earliest time to the latest due time, to have them sorted at the modified time, the completion time, have them regrouped by the due date or by the start date or by the creator. So you can see the different views of it, have them grouped, sorted according to your own preference. Also, you can customize the information that you want to display further. Like here for a single task here, you can see there are many relevant like information. The person responded, the task list it falls into, the due date, the description of this task? Do we have any attachment to it? Anyone leave any comment to it? What's the subscriber bit? There are lots of informations, but maybe sometimes you don't want to display them all. So you got this choice, that is to customize. You can choose what kind of information you want to close, you want to hide, or you want to be open to yourself. They will be helpful for you to decide the only important part and to showcase them, customize them into the right place. Yeah, so basically here, you can customize, you can arrange your task according to the role you play, and you find all the completed tasks in a single place. And you can also here, in this dashboard, it will be summarizing all the tasks related to you, including all the completed tasks. And apart from this, another thing you could do with the task management is to organize them by project. So here you would be using task list. Still using me as an example, we are providing customer success services. That is to say, in different stages you are using Lark, we are aiming for different kinds of goals. At the first 3, you are using Lark, we are helping you to onboard perfectly. From the 3 to 6 months, maybe we are helping you to deliver some workflows to help you build some kind of business system. And for a long-term operation, what we are gonna do is to build some strong use cases, to conclude, to extract some best practices. So as you can see, for me, my task can be categorized into different stages. The first one is called onboarding. The second one, maybe it's called like efficiency champion, some kind of marketing event. And the third one can be operations and stuff like this. So under the onboarding task list, you can see I will have them customized or arranged according to the client name. So for me, client A, I will be aware of, okay, for him, for this group of people, I need to have another 2 trainings for them by the date of something. And still, to better onboard my client, what I'm gonna do for client B, client A. So when you have clear purpose or clear grouping principles or logic you could do with your task, you can always set up your own task list and to attach separate tasks and to have them grouped in the way you like. And here you can enjoy more plentiful and interesting way to display all the tasks related to you. So here will be a simple list, like I just showed you here. They are basically the same. You can say, still you can get to filter the condition you are gonna need, sort and group them by time, by person, by owner, by the way you like. And you can customize the information to decide what things are on, what things are off. And apart from that, here, you can change the view of your task status. It's just a simple list, but here, Kanban view, you can have them organized and displayed in different card. And for each card, you can to edit further, or you can share with a certain person within the group, or to delete them. Still, from the gut view, if we have certain start date and end date, you can see under each task the time span they're gonna cost, and if there are any overlapping. Maybe for the same day, there are so many tasks on the same day. I know it's inappropriate, so maybe I would do some extra adjustment further. Here would be another dashboard. So the dashboard here, you can see the status of your task, how many in total, how many is overdue, and assigned to what kind of person. Are we sharing the equal working load together and stuff like this? It can help you to better understand your current work from a more quantitative way. It's more scientific and stuff. So here, it's a place where you can do your task and schedule management. But there's one thing I have to remind you beforehand. That is, the task feature in Lark can be very useful only for like small and light tasks. When there can be so many stakeholders, when the procedure and processes can be very long. When you need to read something and have feedback, have confirmation with certain people, that is to say, we have like complicated workflow involved. Under that circumstances, task is not advisable. It's only for some personal day-to-day easygoing work. If you want to some proper project management, if you want to really build a ticketing system, inventory system, a checklist for your daily work, a place for you to store all the group materials, videos, like a little Wikipedia. If you want to do something like this, don't use task, use base. And the next week, Tuesday, we're going to show you how to do a base, how to understand what is a base, how we can build a base with all the fields and records, how we can manage to make up a workflow, automated workflow, and set permissions to different members within the group. So that is a suggestion from our side. If it's easy, use task. If it's complicated, use base to do some professional project management. Okay. So here was part. And then we are going to come to the calendar. So of course, you can always find your calendar. If you want to start a meeting, just click here. You can customize the information with the meeting and send them to the right person. But apart from that, another thing we commonly use is to here. Let's see, you can see it's a group chat with 14 people, 14 members here. You click the view calendar button here. You can see the time zone we are in and the time slot that are available to hold a meeting together. Obviously, for today or for any day that I choose, like it will be open to all of us. So I can just pick any time slot here. And you can always choose the member who are required to attend this meeting. Like maybe I just need a meeting with 4 of us. So I just click the 4, just select the 4 of us, and to see the available time slot for all of us, and to see and to make sure the time zone that we are at, and then we can start a meeting very quickly from a group chat. We've been claiming that Lark is an all-in-one app for so long. So this is a little and simple but beautiful signal to show how we can make all this all-in-one seamless collaboration together. You can start a meeting from calendar. You can start a meeting from the meeting place. But of course, you can even start a meeting in the group chat. That's how you can do this. Back to the calendar place. If we are still, start a meeting, customize the title of it, invite the people from both internal and external groups. Like I can just choose a group chat. Okay, in this group chat, you can even choose who are required to attend, who's optional, and the time of it, the time zone that applicable to these meetings. Do we need check-in or not? Do we have a location? Do we have offline rooms attached to it? And of course, you need to have all the offline meeting rooms set it properly in the admin console area beforehand. But usually, if you're gonna need it, you have them set. If you don't need it, it can still be usable. You can still share the link of your online meeting to the person who may need to attend. Here would be the description of this meeting, would be the general agenda. The first thing we're going to talk about, how long it's going to hold and stuff like this. If you have online documents that you think are important, like everyone should read beforehand, like this one, you can always have them pasted here, copy and paste it here. Some offline document, you can also upload them at the external attachment. Of course, everyone who's in this meeting invitation can share the same range of knowledge. Do you want this meeting to be alerted to all these people beforehand? If you do so, you can have them set. And then here's the part. You get to choose which calendar this event will be added into. Like under my name from my Lark, I can manage multiple calendars at the same time. Like this one, this calendar is called Sydney. So maybe all the calendars, all the events that I will be participating in will be added into this calendar. But apart from that, I might also be the owner of a public calendar that will show all the public holidays within this group. So maybe if I'm setting an event that is related to public holiday, I want everyone in this group, everyone in my team to know it's a shared event. I will add this particular event to the calendar that is to the right calendar. So basically here is the place to choose which calendar you want this event to be added into on the premise that you are the owner of it. And here you can customize the color of this particular event. Like for me, it's a personal calendar. So that will mean in this calendar, I will have all kinds of events. Some are for customer meetings, some are for internal meetings, some are for weekly meetings. I want to distinguish all these kinds of activities. So maybe for client meeting, I will choose them to be displayed as red. So maybe for internal meetings, they will be displayed as green. So it will be help you to prioritize them and to choose, okay, which focus you should put into further. And then for this part, you can choose the visibility of this event. If you choose this to be public, that is to say all the details of this event, like attendees, like the agenda or the attachment, will be public to anyone within the organization. So all the colleagues can see who are the attendee of this meeting and what you are doing during this time slot. So if you choose this to be public. If you choose this to be private, they will know you have a meeting at this time, but they won't know the details. That's a key difference here, and you want to be very cautious. And here is basic or free. So still, that is to say, even like right now from 4 to 5 p.m., I have a meeting right now, and I've already accepted this meeting invitation. But if I choose free, that'll be an outsider, the person who is not me, my colleague. Every time they are viewing my calendar, they will know the existence of the meeting that I will be having from 4 to 5 p.m. because I choose free. So on the calendar, it will be a blank to them. They can just invite me or organize or read the meeting anytime they want. But if I choose basic, you can see a block here. And my colleague will know, okay, my time's occupied, and they won't go further and to send the invitation card to me, the meeting invitation to me anymore. So here would be the key differences, and you want to use them wisely and correctly. So this is how you can manage your calendar. I just exited. And here you want to see, like if we are in the middle of a conversation with someone in a group chat or one-on-one, you can always check their time availability here. But still, if you want to see them in the calendar part, you can just by searching the name, like I'm searching the name of my colleague. You can subscribe to their calendar and to see their availabilities. For now, we don't have any like this one. You can see Judy and Simon, both of my colleagues, are not available from 1 to 3 p.m. You can subscribe multiple calendars at the one time. And of course, you can manage your own calendar. Like here would be all the calendars that I get to manage and choose. If you want to start a new one, add a calendar here. Create a new one, customize the name of it, the color of it, the description of it, and to set the permission right for internal participant, anyone within the organization. You want them to be a follower who can see the details, or to be just a guest. That is to say, only can see if this time slot is available or not, or to be private, totally invisible to them. And same thing would also apply to the external participants as well. And apart from that, you can always add more people to be the manager, to have the management right with this public calendar or particular calendar you want to share with anyone within the group. So here is how you can do this. And apart from this, you can also say I have 2 time zones displayed in my calendar area. Still, if you want to show this in this way, go to the settings, find the calendar, and to choose additional time zone here. That is to say, if you choose the preferred time zone, multiple time zones will be displayed in one place here. So you can decide which time is the perfect time for you to hold a coordinated organization or meeting with the rest of your team. So this part would be about calendar. If you have questions, also let me know in the group chat part. And then I'm gonna show you a very fun function called Lark minutes. It's a meeting minutes, it's a meeting recordings, like this one, like we're doing right now. I'm also recording the whole general training sessions. So as you can see, after you've done the recording, a link will be generated and a bot name, I think it's called Video Meeting Assistant. This bot will push in a message to you with the link of your meeting recordings. And once you click the link, it will look like this. The left part would be the screen recording of your general meeting. And the red part would be the word by word transcript of your entire meeting. And you can see the original language is in Chinese, and it can be very bothering to my colleagues. You can always have them translated into the target language here. You got to choose it. And you can see it's a 2-hour long meeting, and the whole transcript can be translated in real time in just seconds. And every time, and for me, maybe, it's a long meeting. I'm not interested in all of them. Maybe only certain parts are relevant to my job, to my own scope. So how could I, be more efficient and to only pay attention to the stuff that may be important to me? You can always search the keyword here. You can see all the things related to AI will be automatically positioned. So every time you identify a new part, a new chapter, you can see the time mark will be also automatically positioned into the right place. Like I click here. Still, you can see the time mark is moving. And same thing would also apply. Every time I drag the time mark, you can see the transcript would also be positioned into the right place. They keep syncing at the same time. So this will be really helpful for you to recap all the important message and to make sure these meeting minutes can be arranged in real time and have them translated into the target language that you want. Of course, it can be shared with certain collaborators, or you can generate the link of this video meeting, of this meeting recordings, and share this with anyone within the group or anyone outside the groups. It depends on your permission setting. So here is the meeting records, what it will be what it looks like, and how you can deal with it. And the last thing I'm gonna go through is to show you a little bit more about Lark Doc. But I think we are all quite familiar with all this Office suite, so it won't be too much explanation with it. But still, every time you are creating a new document here, while Lark don't have recap comment of Lark meeting. What do you mean by like recap comment? Like here, if you are in the middle of a meeting, you leave a comment in the middle of a meeting, it will be automatically documented like here. A meeting summary. We do have AI notes, but it's a limited version. It's really have not that is to say, we do have lots of versions with Lark. Not all versions have like AI summary and stuff. So, but the transcript can be provided to all the tenant users. So maybe you need to do a further conclusion from your own side. There won't be a like automatically generated summary that you can just use. Yeah, for now you cannot like there's version limitation. And for the document part, you can see we do support lots of formats and icons to be added into a single document. Here, the basic settings, like what we did in the group chat and group announcement, we don't need to explain them further. And then you can have the table edit, you can have different columns, you can have a callout block, a highlight part for you. Have image uploaded. And here is the fun part. You can also assign to-do to certain people. Let's say it's a document that is for a particular project. And after a meeting, the thing we usually do is to assign to-dos to different people. So maybe I need to complete the campaign planning. Okay. So who's the owner of it? Maybe myself. And I need to set a deadline for myself. Like, let's see, it's a document for a project management, and I've listed all the key tasks related to certain person. And back to my task area. It's not that. You can see in the next 7 days, because I filtered and have them grouped by nothing. You can see the complete campaign plan that it's gonna do on this Friday will be listed in the task area. And once I've completed it, let's back to the document, it's already done. So that's another little example to show you how we can do this all in one collaboration. And apart from that, you can always attach other online documents, other file that in the form of link, and have them pasted in this place. It can be the base from Lark base. We have different views for Lark base, like table view, Kanban view, gut view, very similar to the thing that I just showed you with the task part, and to add in Lark sheet. And we can have all kind of board to be customized. Of course, every time you're creating a document, every time you're creating a board, you can choose lots of templates. There are lots of templates you get to choose from. Here is your template gallery. You can see, you can find the structure that you may find useful later. So here, you can also get to add the person. You can mention a person here. And you can see, you can click send a notification and mention this person. That is to say, every time you mention this person, they will get a Lark message. They will get a Lark message from here. Like there will be a notification saying in which document Sydney mentioned you to do something. So this person can get these things done like very quickly. You can also add a group chat, the other documents, a task list, like I just showed you before, because it's a project management. Of course, there are certain tasks we need to see the progress so far and stuff. You can add different views, dashboard into this, your OKR of this quarter, of this year, or some other fun widget and plugin you can explore further by yourself. So apart from this, in the document, you can also see the detail of it. Like the basic info, how many words, how many characters, how many people have viewed this page, and the history, like who has viewed it, who granted access to external users, who made a copy of this document, who downloaded this, and who changed the general permission setting for this document. So everything that is operated in this place will be well documented. And of course, for more settings, you can always click here and to find the right settings for you. Like you can adjust the page width. You can change them into the presentation mode. Then it will be like a proper PowerPoint or something. It won't be just a doc. It will be helpful for you to do some showcase and presentation with a group of people. You can subscribe the updates of this document. So every time people make changes to it, you'll get the notification. Find and replace certain word. You can move this to a shared space. You can pin these documents to the important part in the group chat I just showed you earlier. You can convert this document into a template and have this template shared within the organization. So every time people can just use the template you follow. Like we have a certain way to organize our client. We need to document the client name, the stage, the team member, their pinpoints and stuff. Once we made a template, it can be reusable and replicable. Make copy of it, download it as a Word or PDF, translate it into the target language that you want, and have certain permission settings, and use some add-ons to make them format better and to identify there any errors you made in this document. So basically, all the important settings that you might find useful can be adjusted in this place. And the last thing I want to introduce you further about this document is to set the permissions. Basically, all the online files within Lark, including documents, Lark sheet, Lark base, And like the meeting recordings I just showed you earlier, you want to limit and restrict the permission area, the permission coverage. You adjust them in the share button. Okay, you can always find the blue share button in the upper right place. Click it. You can see there are two modes. The first mode, you invite certain people to be part of, to be the target, to be the object of this file. You just search the name of this person and to choose what kind of permission, degree, permission level you want to issue to them. Just a viewer, or they can edit this, or they can manage it, which means they can even remove your right from this document. So it can be very cautious if you give someone the right of management. So maybe find the person and give them the right. This is for certain people, but if you want this to be shared with a certain group of people, that is to say, you can choose, okay, restricted, that means it will be restricted to certain persons. Here, Lark Apex CSM is the name of the tenant. So if this is your tenant, this will be appearing as the name of your company. If you choose this, that will mean this link can only be viewed with anyone within your organization, with your company. So every time you send the link of this document, everyone within this company can view this. And of course, you can adjust this to everyone in this company can edit this document. And apart from this, it's anyone with the link. So now anyone with the link, anyone on the internet who can get access to this link can view this page. And at the same time, you can see an external logo will be showed next to the name of your file. So this will be a little hint to tell you, okay, this message is not like internal only. This can be external as well. So really be cautious about what kind of content you want to include further within your Lark setting. And here would be the permission setting for you guys to try it out later. So basically, this is everything we have today. We went through how you can customize the message to manage your task and to use a calendar file and to have some basic settings for your documents and have them shared or coordinated, written in the right way. So this will be the sharing for today. And thank you so much again for participating our online webinar. And please do scan the QR code here and leave your comment. It can be very brief. We only got 3 questions for you. Let's meet on Thursday and next Tuesday, okay? Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Bye.